Hello and welcome to another edition of the Weather Daily. I'm meteorologist Ray Foreman. This is meteorologist Brett Scott. We have a few isolated showers, but all in all, it's not too bad here.
Yeah, here at home, we haven't seen a whole lot, which not complaining about that,
Right.
but elsewhere.
Oh, yeah. So you're getting across the northeastern part of the United States, and it is hazy, it is smoky, and that's because of fires in Canada. Weather officials issued air quality warnings as at least 183 wildfires burned in Ontario Wednesday.
Wow.
This aerial footage was captured by Scott Hatton, showing smoke rising from fires in Thunder Bay. Is that not impressive?
It almost looks like pyrocumulus is forming.
Right, from a volcano.
Right, and it's just so intense and substantial. It just kind of goes to show how intense these fires actually are.
And there's so much heat as a result. Well, that much smoke is continuing to drift to the southeast, and that brings it into the United States. New York City woke up to a hazy morning today after smoke from wildfires raging across Canada descended over the eastern U.S. This video filmed by Anna Belova shows gray, hazy skies over Central Park. The Canadian Interagency Forest Fire Center reported more than 858 active fires across the country. That's across all of Canada. As of today, more than 4 million acres burned, too. In response to hazardous conditions, air quality alerts issued across several states, including New York, Michigan, Illinois, and Ohio. One of those here, this is Michigan. Now we've got some video here. Yeah, you can see the air quality for all of northern Michigan as wildfire smoke from Ontario continues to affect that region. Footage that was posted by Up Tinkering shows hazy conditions in Pickford, where a dense smoke advisory, can you imagine that? An air quality alert were both in effect this morning, should be allowed to expire this evening, but may see it reissued for tomorrow.
Wow.
Thick smoke from wildfires raging across Canada also descended across the eastern U.S. for Chicago in an orange haze. As of today, video filmed by Lacuz Dusa overlooking the Chicago River shows the smoky orange haze today. The Canadian Interagency, again, 858 fires, 4 million, what was that, 4 million acres? That's a lot.
Yeah, that was very substantial to say the least. A lot of fires, a lot of haziness, and of course a lot of smoke, but thankfully here at home we're not seeing much in the way of any of that. Satellite imagery just showing that throughout this afternoon and this evening we've seen some cumulus, and most of the greater storm activity has been off to our north. However, let's take a look at further off to the north and east. All of that haze up there is actually smoke,
especially right over the Chicago area. That milky color right there, that's just haze. There are some clouds involved north of that, but you're looking at just haze all the way to New York City.
Yeah, and we can even see, like, here is the plume of smoke itself, and you have the fires that are focused there in Ontario that continue to move across the Great Lakes region, bringing in all of that just very disgusting smoke. Now, here at home, air quality is not bad. You know, our atmosphere has been pretty well mixed because of the heating and also because of the showers and storms. But further off to the north, that is not the case, where the air quality has diminished substantially. And when we talk about air quality index, they're dealing with hazardous conditions up there, which is basically the worst you can get. And usually you have this index here when it's over 300. They've been seeing some places, I believe in Ohio, they were showing locations that had about 800. The index basically is up to 800.
Right, and we're not talking about it just affecting children and the elderly. We're talking about everyone.
Yeah, so it is extremely bad. And the particulate that is the primary constituent is going to be that particle pollution, which is smoke. And it's based on there's two different types of particulates. There's ones that are 10 micrometers, and then there's 2.5 micrometers. The 2.5 ones are worse because it's much more fine, and it can get into the lungs and cause all sorts of problems. So, yeah, they're dealing with just horrible situation up there with all that smoke.
Right. Well, fortunately, it's not happening here, and hopefully things will clear up sooner. Across Canada, though, that the terrain where they're at, where they're fighting these fires, is very hilly. And it's hard to fight these fires, so that's going to continue to see that smoke continue to move southeast. The upper flow is actually taking it out of Canada and into the U.S.
Yeah, and it's going to continue to blow likely into the New England states as we head through tomorrow, and we'll also likely see this into the weekend. So A lot of red sunsets are going to be on
Right.
tap for the New England states, where we're going to continue to see plenty of smoke. Hopefully, we can get a little bit of a pattern change. An upper level trough is expected to move through the flow loft, especially next week. Hopefully, that can provide some atmospheric mixing and help out with that.
Yeah, that should help it lift back to the north at least.
Yeah, and
Right.
as you can see, Fremantle, first alert Doppler for us, just scattered shower and storm activity. Other than that, we're not seeing a whole lot. Temperatures in the 80s
Yeah,
and 90s.
haven't even seen much in the way of any lightning today either. So
Yeah,
it's not
really.
as widespread as it was yesterday.
Right, most of it's been off to the north throughout a good portion of today, which beneficial to us, but it does allow us to warm up quite a bit. As you can see, dew point temperatures in the mid to upper 60s and low to mid 70s. And we're also, as a consequence, we have seen heat index values rise into the mid 90s, especially in northeast Oklahoma.
Yeah, the heat index values tomorrow probably getting closer to 100, so it is going
Yeah.
to warm up a little bit. Oh my gosh, this weekend though,
Yeah.
we're looking at real heat then.
Next week, too, winds basically up out of the south and west, over 10 miles an hour in some places, and we're going to continue to see the likelihood of most of the precipitation remaining pulse in nature. Upper level low pressure has continued to spin off to the south and west over Texas, providing them with way too much rainfall. Ridging is trying to start to develop over the Rocky Mountains, and that's actually where we're going to see the ridge begin to reform, especially as we go about the weekend, which its axis will extend into our area and allow for hotter conditions.
Yeah, that warming trend looks like it's going to continue through the weekend too. You can see that upper ridge extending from Denver all the way to Joplin, all the way down to Dallas, and eventually that low that's causing all the rain across Texas starts to move into western Mexico too.
Yeah, and there is an area of low pressure that does try and dive southeast by early next week. We could see it try and bring a front closer to our area, which may try and introduce some rain chances, but a little too early to tell. Atmospheric moisture is certainly prevalent, and it's going to be sticking around throughout tomorrow.
Sticking, use
Yeah.
the word sticking. It's going to be sticky.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. So it could help to provide another possible heavy rainfall potential if we see any pulse storms tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, yeah. Again, just isolated pulse storms tomorrow, but again, that humidity staying in the air with us this weekend, that's what's going to make it seem so uncomfortable.
Yeah, and we're going to continue to monitor the possibility and likelihood of most of the storm activity throughout this the rest of this evening, basically remaining pretty sparse for us, and greater concentration has been to the north. It'll likely fall apart as we head throughout the overnight hours. As we see daytime heating get lost, because that is the primary motivator of a lot of this activity.
And that's why a lot of it's just not very organized or moving, even for that matter.
Now, tomorrow afternoon, a little bit of potential will exist for some storms, but for the most part, we will likely remain dry. And then a front looks to try and approach the area, but we're not expecting much in the way of a pattern change besides a warm-up. Through the rest of this evening and tonight, there is a marginal threat across our northern locations for some excessive rainfall, but that will likely come to an end after the sun goes down. And we will see temperatures remain on the warm side throughout the overnight and into tomorrow morning, where you can expect 70s as you head out the door.
Yeah, the mid 70s is going to be a warm start, and it gives us a head start on high temperatures. But unfortunately, tomorrow isn't going to be too terribly bad compared to what we're going to see in the extended forecast.
Right, the afternoon around 90 degrees, not too bad at all. Heat index values are anticipated to be in the mid to upper 90s and possibly around 100 degrees. So it is going to be hot, so make sure you just have ways to stay cool.
Yeah, and as we head into this weekend, again, that warming trend is really going to take hold. As we mentioned, the humidity is going to be on the rise as well. So you can see this here in the forecast. We're talking about temperatures getting into the 90s on Saturday afternoon, but the heat index, which is kind of right behind me, is around 90. 97, 98 degrees.
That's honestly lowballing it a bit on
Saturday.
If we want to get technical about it, it's probably going to get a lot warmer than that.
Yeah, and that's because the dew points are going to be in the 70s right on through the weekend.
Yeah, and if actual temperatures continue to warm, then the atmosphere holds better moisture. Heat index is much more substantial. Saturday afternoon, would not be surprised if we see a pulse storm or two, and we could also see that on Sunday. Now, models want to try and drive a front through the area. Looks can be deceiving. We're not expecting any type of pattern change with that, and it will likely just indicate the change of wind direction briefly before we continue to see more substantial warming take place by next week.
Yeah, I've already had friends ask me how far away is fall. And it's still quite a ways out. Look at these temperatures, nothing like fall.
Yep.
100 Tuesday, I've got that in my forecast as well. Triple digits likely a couple of times next week. And then 92 might feel good.
Yeah, honestly.
That.
That's where we could see a front pass through that's not going to change a whole lot. But yeah, as we head into next week, we'll be keeping it 100 in the 4 states.
Yes, more than likely we will have some type of advisory. This is the next 6 to 10 days. Looks like we're going to see above average temperatures across the 4 states, even for 8 to 14. So that takes us out all the way into August.
Yeah, and if we take a look at the 7 days, you can see those temperatures going to remain warm. Overnight lows, 78 degrees. That's going to be a brutal overnight low.
Right, right.
Now, I'd like to give an update on what they've been seeing in Texas. Yeah, I decided to bring this up. This is a week of rainfall accumulation down in Uvalde, Bourne, Caryville. 30 inches of rain.
Yes.
Wow.
And that's that very slow moving low that's still moving across Texas right now.
That's over 2 feet of water.
Right. Now, it did bring, the storm system did bring some severe weather. In fact, a tornado touchdown in San Antonio yesterday, according to the National Weather Service. The footage here shows, a lot of damage there. You can see it crossing the highway. It shows down trees, damaged store signs. Again, this is where it crossed the highway or freeway there in San Antonio. Continue to cause damage in a parking lot as well as some stores. San Antonio Fire Department assessing multiple properties at the rim for damage. I know what the rim is. It's the interstate system that goes all the way around San Antonio.
At least it was visible, you know. It's that's what makes, it a bit less dangerous is the fact that you can see it and avoid it.
Yeah, and it happened during rush hour too. Can you believe that?
Yeah, look at all the people just like, well, I guess we're staying here.
Well, they're used to traffic stopping anyway.
Are they used to
At
also
3 and 4
the finger that goes across like we can't see it, like pointing it out for us?
Yes.
You think their cracked windshield came from the storm?
Well, probably. No, that probably just came from driving in Texas. That's probably what that's from. You go to Alaska, everyone has a broken windshield there too. So I think it's just part of the territory. Yeah. So once again, severe weather happening to the south of us. Fortunately, we will see some of this rain starting to taper off even across Texas.
Yeah, but thankfully we don't have to deal with storms. We just have to deal with heat.
Yeah, and tomorrow maybe just showers. Not certain we'll even see much in the way of thunder with any of that tomorrow.
Yeah, and honestly, pulse activity is still going to be possible over the weekend, but the big thing is going to be the heat more than anything.
Yeah, make sure you can find some way to stay cool as you head into this weekend for sure. For meteorologist Brett Scott, I'm meteorologist Ray Foreman. Thanks for joining us for the Weather Daily.
I love when it's Saturday, blue skies without no rain. Feeling all typey, nothing can crash my way. I'm sitting outside in the sun, I'ma do it.